How's it going, my peeps? It is now time for the Battleground 2015 prediction game video, where I'll be going over all of my predictions for all the matches on the Battleground card, and I encourage all of you guys to participate in the comment section below and leave your predictions for all the matches for a chance to win the prediction game for the Battleground pay-per-view. Man, I'm saying Battleground a lot, and I just said it once again. So, the last prediction game, the Money in the Bank one, nobody got all of their predictions right. Now, a couple of people, not too many, just a few, like 2 or 3, tried to go ahead and sneak in, an edit in their comments. And what I mean by that is after the pay-per-view was over and they knew the results, they tried to edit their comment and switch up their predictions. But the thing is, on YouTube, you have an original copy of the comments. So I could see that before he edited that comment, he didn't have all of his predictions right. So there's no use in cheating, guys. I'm gonna know. And also, somebody or a few people tried to post up their predictions after the show was over. That's no longer a prediction. That's pretty much you just giving out the results. So anyways, this time there's 6 matches on the card. So there's not that many matches. And there's no triple threat matches, because the Ryback versus Miz and Big Show match is off the card due to Ryback's injury. So the chances of somebody getting all of their predictions right is pretty high on this one. So hopefully at least one of us gets all the matches right. I'm hoping I do, because I haven't gotten all the matches right in such a long time, and I used to be really good at predictions. But the past year or so, like every pay-per-view, they throw in a swerve, they throw in a surprise win there, I feel, where, just to, I guess, throw us off or whatever, or make it less obvious. But anyways, for a pay-per-view that isn't really regarded as, one of the bigger pay-per-views, you have a pretty big matchup right here in Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. This is Seth Rollins' most important title defense, his biggest title defense and match since winning the title, and it's at Battleground of all places. I thought once Brock would, invoke his rematch clause that it would take place at SummerSlam, so this was a slight surprise. And it's pretty nice to see Brock on a pay-per-view other than the Rumble, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam. And out of all the matches Brock's had since breaking the streak, this one at Battleground, I'd say is the most unpredictable one. It's really hard to figure out what's going to happen here between Seth Rollins and Brock. There's so many different scenarios. While Brock did take out, J&J Security and Kane, Seth Rollins, I have a feeling that Seth Rollins has something up his sleeve, and he might just bring out somebody that's going to help him. But at the same time, is Seth Rollins really going to beat the one in 21-1? There's just a lot of things that could happen, and it's a pretty unpredictable match. On top of that, you've got the United States Championship match, the third match in the series of Kevin Owens versus John Cena. I'd say this is the most important one since, it does involve the title, and it is the tiebreaker for these two. So this year's Battleground is probably a show you don't want to miss. But anyways, let's kick it off with the predictions, and let's kick it off with the kickoff match. R-Truth versus King Barrett, a rematch from Money in the Bank and a rematch from a couple of other shows because they faced off a couple of times. Most of the times R-Truth getting the better of King Barrett. I think actually all the times since maybe WrestleMania or something like that. Actually before WrestleMania when R-Truth got that non-title win against Barrett. And so this isn't just any match, it's for King Barrett's crown. And I'm going to go ahead and say King Barrett goes ahead and wins this match. I know R-Truth won the previous one at Money in the Bank where I thought King Barrett was going to win. And a lot of you also thought King Barrett was going to win, judging from the predictions you guys left. So R-Truth winning was a bit of a surprise. This time around, I'm pretty confident that King Barrett is indeed going to win and finally get that win over R-Truth, because R-Truth's been beating him for the past couple of matches. Now, moving on to the main show, Randy versus Sheamus. This is a pretty hard one to predict, at least for me. I went back and forth between the two, not knowing whether I should go with Sheamus or whether I should go with Randy. There's arguments for both. A lot of times when somebody wins Money in the Bank, they start going on a losing streak. It wasn't the case though last year with Seth Rollins, but the years before that, most of the time whoever wins Money in the Bank, they start losing most of their big matches. And not just big matches, but a lot of matches also on regular TV. Now, in this case, we've seen Sheamus lose a couple of matches on TV since winning that Money in the Bank briefcase. So that could be a sign that he loses, or is one of those Money in the Bank winners that starts losing a bunch of matches before he cashes in his Money in the Bank briefcase. Or he could be like Seth Rollins, where when Seth Rollins won the Money in the Bank briefcase, he didn't exactly go on that losing streak, at least when it comes to his, pay-per-view matches. His first ones were against Dean Ambrose, and he won those. Now, in this case, it was really tough to figure out, whether I should go with Randy or Sheamus. And then I was like, it is in Randy's hometown of St. Louis, Missouri. The crowd's going to be heavily behind Randy, and there's a good chance that this match kicks off the show. So I'm thinking if it does kick off the show, they would want to kick off the show and, kick it off by making the fans happy by having Randy win. So just for that, I guess, I'm going to go with Randy. But this is really, for me, like 50-50. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Sheamus wins. And if Randy wins, then hey, that's good for me, because I just predicted Randy. And following that, we'll get a rematch for the WWE Tag Team Championships. And it's going to be the new tag team champs, the Primetime Players, defending their tag team titles against the New Day, so Big E and Kofi, or Big E and Woods, or maybe even Woods and Kofi. Although usually it's Big E and one of the other guys, I guess because they want a powerhouse and one high flyer. So the last time, Money in the Bank, Primetime Players winning the tag team titles kind of caught me by surprise. I was expecting the New Day to retain, especially because they had just won the tag team titles not too long before that title change. And although I'm a fan of both teams, I would have liked to see the New Day, hold on to those tag team titles a little while longer. Now, something I noticed, I didn't just notice it now, but I started thinking about it now, is the last time they faced off, the match where the PTP won the tag team titles from them, Kofi Kingston wasn't at ringside. He wasn't at ringside, he had just had that ladder match, Money in the Bank ladder match. And usually, in their tag team title matches, we've got all three members of the New Day. Two of them in the actual match, and one of them at ringside. And so, I think that's gonna play a factor into this match, because this time, it's gonna be all three of them. And there isn't one of them that's got another match, a ladder match, or something like that. So I think that's gonna help the New Day regain those tag team titles, and I hope that's what happens. I like both teams. I'm a fan of both teams, but if I had to pick, I'd definitely pick the New Day. And I said this before, I think it was in my results/review video for Money in the Bank. I said I think we might see these two teams start trading titles, like, Primetime Players won the tag team titles, and then New Day wins it, and then maybe the Primetime Players win it back. I can see that happening, and actually that's what I think is going to happen starting, well actually, I guess it started at Money in the Bank, and it continues, at Battleground, with the New Day regaining their tag team titles back. And I think then they're going to have a tiebreaker of one final match at SummerSlam, and I don't know who's going to take it then, but as far as Battleground goes, I'm pretty sure, and I also hope that the New Day win the tag team titles back, because the New Day, oh shit, I messed it up. I meant to say New Day rocks. New Day rocks. You get the point. Afterwards, you've got Reigns versus Bray. Reigns is gonna win, simple as that. Then when it comes to the United States Championship match, Cena versus Owens, I'm gonna go with Owens. Make sure you check out my detailed prediction for that match, because I've got a lot to say. And when it comes to the main event, Brock versus Seth Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, I say Brock wins the match. But keep in mind, I didn't say Brock wins the title, I only said he wins the match. So when you're leaving your predictions, make sure you tell me who wins the match, and don't tell me this person retains or that person retains, because they can retain but still lose the match. You don't need to tell me though, if they win by DQ countout, doesn't matter. If that person wins, you get the point. So that's it for my picks. Now it's time for you guys to give me your picks in the comment section below. I want to see all of you participate in the prediction game, so leave your comments. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, as always, you can click that like button down below. I'd really appreciate it. And stay tuned for tomorrow's detailed predictions. I'm out. See ya.